Добре, продължаваме. Junk.
Piles of junk, mostly boxes of old paints and scraps of picture frames. Mixed in were wires, cardboard, and some dubious-looking old clothes. George Stobart.
Ah, Monsieur Stobart. I trust you have obeyed my instructions not to leave Paris.
Of course, Inspector.
Good. You clearly know which side your cookie is buttered. Now, I require your presence tomorrow at the murder scene for a reconstruction.
I see.
12 o'clock sharp, monsieur. Or, as you would say, high noon.
Sure.
Any failure to comply and I shall have you extraordinarily rendered. Have a nice day now.
And you. That was Nave. We're required back at the gallery tomorrow for a crime scene reconstruction.
Let me guess. Non-attendance is a criminal offense?
You got it. The large dumpster was full of garbage. Slosha. I popped open the van's hood.
Интересно е тук, че той казва худ като американец, а пък тук се пише бонет, нали, понеже сме в Англия. Това е интересен детайл, ако можеш да го хванеш.
Not a sound. The horn wasn't working. I decided to leave the handbrake alone. I'd need the keys to start the engine. I had no reason nor any desire to steal Hobbs's van. The door was locked. Looking through the window, I could see that there was nothing in the van.
Прозореца.
Hobbs must have taken the portfolio inside.
Окей, нека да... Нали сме pop open, нали, the hood.
The engine was held together by rust and dirt. Everything was covered in a sticky film of dirty black oil. Half the wiring wasn't connected to anything. It was clear why the horn hadn't made a noise. Neither hornpipe was connected to either the battery or the cab. A bundle of wires came into the engine bay from the dashboard. Many of the wires seemed to lead nowhere. A bundle of wires... It was the van's engine. I didn't really have any reason to sabotage it. It was one of two horns in the van. It didn't seem to be connected to anything else under the hood. Two wires hung loose from it. A loose wire hung from the horn. If I had some spare cable, I could connect it to the other horn. That wasn't worth trying. A bundle of short, severed wires was connected to the battery. None of the wires were connected to anything.
Czekaj.
I had found just what I needed. 2 lengths of wire. The engine bay was a mess. That wouldn't work. I connected the wires from the cab to the horn. I snipped the wire. I connected the wires from the cab to the horn. That wouldn't have worked. It was the van battery. I needed to hook this up to the horn somehow. It was one of 2 horns in the van. It didn't seem to be connected to anything else under the hood. 2 wires hung loose from it. The wire was just long enough to connect the battery to the horn. Everything was wired up. The horn had
Явно
power.
не съм цъкнал където трябва. Добре. Преди да излезе, нека да разгледаме още малко. Е, тук летърбокса също.
I wouldn't have been able to break the chain. I thought about trying to pick the lock with a paperclip, but that...
Вижте го, бе. Вижте го, мръсника! Виж го.
I don't think there's anyone home.
There's a light on upstairs.
It was Hobbs's mailbox. There was a note hanging out. For a second, I debated the morality of mail snooping. It was a short debate, and I won. I decided to open the letter. Dear Mr. Hobbs, due to previous incidents, we are writing to inform you that we will no longer be sending models to your address. It went on to discuss Hobbs's temper and other alleged infractions, some of which still carry the death sentence in certain less sophisticated cultures. Interesting. This could come in useful. The letter advised Mr. Hobbs that climbing drain pipes was something I preferred to avoid, unless I had a great reason to do so.
All right, hold your blooming horses. What are you up to with my van?
Hello there. We fixed your horn.
So I hear. Now what are you doing in my yard?
Sorry to bother you again, Mr. Hobbs, but... Well, that could have gone better.
He's not exactly the friendliest of characters.
I decided to give it another blast.
For crying out loud, will you leave my van alone?
Sorry, just need a quick word, Mr. Hobbs. Afternoon, Mr. Hobbs. We're from the model agency.
About blooming time. I'm on a deadline. You better come up. About time you two showed up.
Hello, Mr. Hobbs. I was just wondering if...
Can it, Goldilocks? I don't have time for chit-chat. Just get undressed behind that screen.
Undressed?
That was the deal. An extra 20 quid because I need you with your kit off.
The studio was freezing.
And as for you, darling, no need to get undressed. I've got a vivid imagination, so I'll just use that. Either way, just go sit over there on that rug and give me your best belly pock floozy. That's perfect. Just hold it there.
Nico made for a good distraction. I just needed to figure out how to get a look inside that portfolio. A variety of liquor bottles, all empty.
Hey, I'm still drinking that. Hi, what do you think you're doing?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to take a look at some of your pictures. You're very good.
I know, and that portfolio is private. I'm not paying you to go up around my studio. Get your blooming clothes off.
Sorry. Excuse me, Mr. Hobbs.
Oh, what do you want? You're supposed to be sprawled naked on that rug with the family jewels out.
Yeah, well, about that. Could I just ask you a couple of questions first?
Blow me. A model who's shy and chatty. It must be my birthday.
I hear you did the restoration of that painting that got stolen recently in Paris?
I might have. It's a fine piece. You can smell the pain in every brushstroke.
Do you know a Russian called Medovsky?
You know Medovsky?
Everyone in the London art scene knows Medovsky.
And everyone in the London art scene who likes their kneecaps knows when to keep their trap shut.
Excuse me, Mr. Hobbs.
What now?
So, what's in the folder that you're so touchy about?
Little boys should keep their noses out of other people's business. Understand?
Totally.
I have got my eye on you, pal.
Yeah, about this naked, sprawling...
Oh, what's up? Afraid of the shrinking effects of a cold warehouse?
No, it's just...
First time? A little embarrassed? Well, if it helps, we can all get naked.
No, definitely not.
Well then, what are you waiting for? Let the monkey see the nuts.
We had a saying in the Stobart family. If a job's worth doing, then do it with your pants on. But I thought you were a restorer, but you're working on this painting from scratch.
Well, yeah. Look, some clients want a painting that they don't own, restored from scratch, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't.
Don't worry, Sunshine. Ignorance is bliss.
Tell me more about La Maledicció.
Why all the interest in that picture? We're not at the Slade now, Sonny Jim.
I have a letter for you, Mr. Hobbs.
From the model agency. Bane in my life, models. Speaking of which, why have you still got your clothes on?
Are you sure you won't talk about Medosky?
Are you deaf? I already told you.
How about a top-up, Mr. Hobbs?
Thanks, but I've already got a glassful.
I didn't need to sit. It was time for action. I wasn't going to mess around with that wiring.
Hey! Leave that dial alone. The heating gobbles up all the power and the circuits can't take it.
Sorry. I turned the thermostat down. Wow, an old Bofson Wang stereo. I hadn't seen one of those for years. Hobbs seemed to have a thing for 70s psychedelic jams. The record had stopped. It was Jasmine Breeze by the Hairy Lobsters. Burroughs, Dick, Rand. Hobbs left his literature heavy and paranoid. Hobbs seemed... I turned the volume up a few notches. I turned the volume up a few notches. It was locked.
Hey, stop meddling with that. The power's ropey enough as it is.
Blowing the power would certainly have distracted Hobbs, but the elevator alone wasn't going to trip the whole system.
Hey, stop meddling with that. The power's ropey.
The elevator... I didn't want to play around with it. Those days are long gone. But I wondered who it did belong to.
My. It is George Stobart.
Lady Piermont. Oh, my. You're...
Naked? Of course. as an artist's muse, one often finds oneself en pelotas. Now, George, don't be shy. Come here and give me a big hug.
That day was the day the nightmares had begun. Trapped, smothered, choking on an avenue.
George, darling, pass me my robe. It's terribly cold in here.
Oi, what are you doing with a blooming robe on? God help me, but you're supposed to be naked. I've got a deadline to meet.
Well, you won't be meeting any deadlines with manners like that. And besides, it's freezing in here.
Lady Piermont and I had met before. She was larger than life, in every way. Lady Piermont.
Oh, George, be a darling and sort the heating out in here.
I'll see what I can do.
Hey! I've told you, don't mess with that thermostat.
Sorry, but Lady Piermont is cold. I thought...
Look, pal, I know it's brass knuckles in here, but the wiring in this building is ancient, and the fuse box won't take it. Her Majesty will just have to get used to chapel hat pegs.
Lady Piermont, Mr. Hobbs won't let me turn up the heating.
Well, we'll soon see about that.
Oh, crumbs.
If you do not adjust the heating, I shall refuse to cooperate.
Lady Piermont, it's the circuits. They won't take the strain. You know what old buildings are like.
In which case, I see no reason for this session to continue.
Whoa, Lady Piermont, let's not be too hasty. I'm sure I can accommodate your needs.
Good. Perhaps you can start by letting George here turn up the heating.
Oh, go ahead then, but be careful. The power in here is temperamental.
I turned the thermostat up as far as it would go. I wondered if the suspicious wiring could be used to my advantage.
Силено е това, парното е пуснато и сега би трябвало да направим схема. Тоест тук се изпи уискито.
Oh, you! Get down from there. You'll trip the power in the whole building if you're not careful.
The elevator on its own wasn't going to blow the power.
Не бе. Без дъждта.
Hey, that's my whistle.
How about a top up, Mr. Hobbs?
How if I do?
A word if I may, Lady Piermont.
For you, George, I'm all ears. How can I help?
How did you come to be working with Mr. Hobbs?
Wheresoever a bohemian needs a helping hand, George, mine is always at the ready. And what better way to help than to expose one's flesh to the sensuous brushstrokes of such a talent?
Do you know anything about a stone painting called La Maledicción?
Oh, is this another of your adventures, George? How delicious. My heart's a tremor, George. Do you think Wilf is mixed up with this?
Maybe, but I need you to act normally until we're sure.
Mum's the word, Georgie.
Can you keep a secret, Lady Paramount?
I am the very soul of discretion, as you know.
You see that portfolio by Holmes's table? We need to take a peek inside.
Be still, my beating heart. Just give me the nod and I'm putty in your hands.
So what have you been up to since our last encounter, Lady Paramount?
Charity work, dear boy.
Oh, any...
Young men, George. So many have lost their way. I try to guide them best I can.
Lady Paramount, we need your help.
How thrilling! What do you need? Subterfuge? Pleasure domain?
Actually, I just need you to step on that lift behind you.
Oh, but of course. Is this good, George darling?
Perfect. Now, just stay right there.
Oh, not again.
I was too late to catch a look at the portfolio. I didn't need to sit. It was time for action. Now was my chance. It was one of Hobbs' sketches. It was one of Hobbs' sketches. More of Hobbs' sketches. Impressionist sketches. Well, it wasn't La Malediccio, but it did appear to be a study for an element of the painting, the Ouroboros. There was something different about the image in the center. I figured the sketch might come in handy, so I took it.
What the heck are you doing with those? They're private papers.
Huh?
Well, that was fun. Just like when you were a private dick, George.
So, you're not models?
No, Mr. Hobbs.
Well, you can't be a copper. You're not stupid enough. So what the blazes are you doing in my studio?
We're investigating the theft of La Malediccio.
I told you I just restored it. That's what I do. Restore paintings.
And these sketches?
Studies done during the restoration. Nothing more. I've got naught to do with what happened after that painting left this studio. How was I to know it was going to get Henri killed?
Hang on a second. How do you know Henri's dead?
Look, he and I went back a long way. Le Lézard Bleu was on the ropes, so I got the painting into his exhibition. Nothing like this was supposed to happen.
We're not accusing you of anything, Mr. Hobbs. We just want to get to the bottom of this.
I get that, and I'll help you however I can, but this mess is way above my pay grade.
How come you needed to make so many sketches of the painting to restore it?
Restoration's not about throwing a load of paint around. It takes research. The Serp is a complicated painting. A lot of subtext, a lot of symbols.
Why would anyone want to steal La Malediccio? It's not exactly a famous painting.
True, but there is something special about it that's hard to describe. There's conviction in every brushstroke. Whoever El Serp was, he had a tale to tell. The symbolism is deeply religious.
We have reason to believe that Medovsky is mixed up in the theft of La Malediccio.
Eh? What would he gain from stealing his own painting?
We have strong evidence that Medovsky is not the real owner.
He'll have a hard time proving that. Medovsky has a full set of provenances for the painting. It traces its legitimate ownership all the way back to the painter.
Why didn't Medovsky mention him?
Because they're not with him. Henri's got them. Or had them.
And Henri is dead.
So ask his partner.
Lane?
Lane, yeah, Lane. Look, pal, you're wasting your time looking for conspiracies here. And you're wasting my time if you're not actually going to get naked. Go get the provenance from Lane, and everything will turn out hunky-dory.
But it also puts Marquez's story into question.
Not my problem, darling. Now both of you, get lost. I've got a painting to finish.
And we have a critic to interrogate.
Someone's lying, but who?
Is it the gangster or the old Spaniard?
The painter or the art critic?
I need to head back for Nave's reconstruction.
What about the evidence from Medovsky's house? Will you give it to Nave?
I think I should. And I can put the squeeze on Lane. Ask him about the provenance.
Good. I've got lunch with Ronnie tomorrow. This story is hotting up, and I want to make sure he keeps me on it.
Taxi? Here I was again at the crime scene. Inside the gallery, I could see lots of activity. Nave preparing for the reconstruction, no doubt. I could see Nave and Mu inside. I assumed that they were preparing for the reconstruction. Hobbs had sketched the Ouroboros from La Malediccio, but I didn't remember seeing that face. The Ouroboros was definitely a copy of the one from La Malediccio, but in its center was a face, while the painting in the gallery had shown a tree. Hobbs had either taken some license with the sketch, or he'd found something hidden in the painting. Nico and I had a good idea who the killer was. Now all we had to do was persuade Nave.
Sir, I already tried starting it up. I think it's broken.
Nonsense, Mu. This machine has the power of 10 investigators.
But investigators never fail to start up, sir.
Your pessimism is duly noted, Mu. But have faith. This machine will analyze the scene, compute the data, and deduce everything for us. The location of the second shooter will be a mystery no more. One moment.
A marvel indeed, sir. Though at the moment it is kaput.
Your pessimism has obviously infected the circuitry, Mu. Let me think for a moment.
If I could just...
Shh!
Eh bien, Mu, now try realigning the laser matrix.
Sir, I have no idea what that is.
Move over, Mu. Now, Let me see. Oscillating reverberator? Check. Refraction spectrometer? Check. Now, what can I do? Ah, Monsieur Stobart, it's only you. Glad you could finally make it.
Inspector, I've got some good news and some bad news.
Oh, yes? I shall be the judge of that.
I think I know who the killer is.
Really?
Yep, he's a gardener called Shears living in London.
Fascinating. And the good news?
We don't need to do your reconstruction.
You joke with me, Monsieur Stobart.
It's not a joke. This guy Shears was working for a Russian ex-mobster. It's all part of a highly complex fraud.
Gardeners, KGB, fraud. You are a fantasist, monsieur. And I have no time for fantasy. Reality is my suitcase, as you Americans say. Now, stand over there and keep out of trouble until the others arrive.
Well, who are we waiting for?
Mademoiselle Collard and Father Simeon. Please, I am very busy. Ah, Moo, a clever choice. But no cigar for you. Try the red.
Mon Dieu!
Да му правим кирийката, ама нека първо да говорим с това.
Lane.
Stobart.
What's the deal with that device over there?
It's a farce. They've been trying to get it working for hours.
Looks like something out of a 50s sci-fi movie.
It probably is.
What do you think of Nave?
The man is a buffoon. I have better things to do than wait for these idiots to get their forensic whatnot to work. The only silver lining is that Nave seems more annoyed than I am.
I gather you're the man to ask about the provenance for the painting.
For La Maledictio? Well, you have been busy, haven't you, Stobart?
I'd like to see it.
So speak to Bijou. She took care of the business side of the gallery. The provenance is in the office safe. She has the key.
Lane was a pushover when you had him cornered. Though it looked like Bijou hadn't been completely honest with me after all.
I needed to pay her another visit. What do you think of Moo?
Who?
The policeman with Nave.
I assume he's another idiot.
Why's that?
I believe one can tell a man by the company he keeps.
I'll bear that in mind, Mr. Lane. Okay, thanks.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I think we are ready to fire her up.
Yes, Moo, I was just about to say the same thing. Do it. Moo, what have you done?
Pardon me, sir, but I believe it was you who said,
This is no time for blame. You have broken the machine.
Mon Dieu.
Stubborn. Monsieur Stobart, you will not leave until this is over. Understood?
But I just need to...
This is a reconstruction. You will remain here until I have concluded my investigations. Do I make myself clear?
Okay, clear.
I considered making a run for it, but forcing Moo to chase me would have been cruel. And it would have been silly to risk my investigation. Better to play along with Nave and get the reconstruction over as quickly as possible.
Inspector Nave. What seems to be the problem?
Monsieur Stobart, if Paris' finest cannot get this very expensive and very complex machine to work, then I doubt if an insurance salesman can.
I'm an insurance assessor, actually.
Oh, I see. Well, la-di-da to you, monsieur.
Oh, yeah? Well, la-di-da to you back.
Whatever. You are neither qualified nor clever enough to operate such an instrument.
Like us.
What was that, Moo?
I said, unlike us, sir.
Have you been a detective long?
Long enough, monsieur?
You've solved a lot of crimes, I guess.
More than you have had hot dinners?
Well, I've had a lot of hot dinners, Inspector.
Oh, yes? How many?
What?
Precisely how many hot dinners have you had, monsieur?
I don't know. Thousands?
You prove my point for me, monsieur. Precision and accuracy are everything.
You truly are a unique and amazing man, Inspector Nave.
Well, I'm glad you are impressed.
I was sure I could get the machine to work if I could just get Nave out of the way. The plug was already pulled out of the socket. The plug was already pulled out of...
Inspector Nave. I know this sounds obvious, but are you sure it's plugged in?
Monsieur Stobart, do you really think I would be so stupid as to not check the fundamentals?
We all make mistakes.
What a ridiculous generalization, monsieur. Look, I can see from here it's... Ah.
Do you need assistance, sir?
Very funny, Mo. One moment.
That got rid of him. Now is my chance. I was going to have to figure that out quickly. The machine did nothing. I needed to... Time to get the show on the road.
See, Moo? I knew I would get it working.
I'm not sure that you...
Precisely. You knew my superior intellect would win through in the end.
Yes, sir. Sir, I beg your pardon, but I think there is a teeny snag.
Go on.
We have no victim.
Good God, Moo. Are you suggesting I kill someone for the sake of this reenactment?
No, sir. Just saying we need a body, sir.
Ah, yes. I see. You'll make a detective yet, Moo. I, of course, foresaw this, and I nominate... you.
Me? Well, I'm not dead.
Have you ever acted, Monsieur Stobart?
Well, Don't like to blow my own trumpet, but I went down a storm playing the lead in Cat on a Felt-Tip Roof last summer.
Oh, you played the cat?
No.
So, not the lead. Half-truths again, monsieur. Nevertheless, here is your chance to play a real lead role.
But he looks nothing like the victim, sir.
Oh, damn it, Moore. Must you find problems all the time? Let me think of a way to make this work.
Relying on Nave's problem-solving skills could mean a long, long wait. I had to find something to make me more like Henri.
I'll have a look around. Maybe I'll find something.
Yes, you do that. Verisimilitude is the key, Stobart. Ah, you have arrived at last. Please, make yourselves comfortable. We are just making some last-minute adjustments.
Father Simeon, Nico.
Hi, Josh.
Welcome to the asylum.
Let me guess. Nave is overjoyed we've solved the case and he's putting us up for an award.
Not quite. I told him about Shears and Medovsky. He says it's fantasy.
But that's crazy.
Tell me about it.
So what do we do now?
Carry on anyway, and nail Medovsky.
What about Nave?
Ignore him.
And this charade?
The reconstruction? Well, sooner it starts, sooner it's over.
Josh, what on earth is that machine?
It's Nave's baby. Supposedly, it's going to analyze the crime scene and tell us what happened.
But we already know what happened.
Sure we do. But Nave doesn't.
Quiet, please! How can I concentrate with all this racket going on?
Lane was right. Nave was an idiot. The best place to find Henri's things was in his office. It was a statue of Henri. On the head of the statue was a pair of Henri's glasses. Maybe, just maybe, the glasses would make me look like Henri. It was the pair of glasses I'd taken from Henri's statue. A 1600cc Type 2 VW camper. It was a battered... I found these glasses of Henri's.
Stole or found? Never mind. That might just do it. Come on, everyone, into position. I want everyone to stand precisely where they were when the victim died.
This process is ridiculous.
God moves in mysterious ways, Father.
Indeed. And the devil makes work for idle hands, Mr. Stobart.
Shh! Stobart, you are supposed to be dead. Please be dead more quietly.
I tried to tell Nave the truth about his bloodstain.
Didn't he believe you? You're a man of God.
His faith is in science, Mr. Stobart, not God.
Hey, Mr. Mitra, welcome in. How are you doing?
Father?
Yes, my son.
Glad to hear it. We're slowly making progress in Broken Sword 5.
Do you think the machine will give the inspector some insight into Henri's murder?
He will find the answers he seeks. But he asks
no,
the
we're
wrong
still
questions.
playing the main game.
This was no ordinary murder.
Do you think Inspector Nave will ever figure this out?
I'm not sure, although I'm no expert.
Yeah, neither is he by the looks of it. You keep talking about the Gnostics. Who are they?
They are a cult, a warped branch of Christianity that reveres Lucifer as equal to, or perhaps greater than, God.
I can see how that might trouble the Vatican.
The Vatican is the least of your worries. Please be quiet!
Last time we met, you said the stolen painting was evil.
Let me explain. I'm a Dominican, Mr. Stobart. The Dominican order was founded to seek out and destroy heresy.
Why?
Because heresy is evil.
Okay.
For 1,000 years we have fought against heresy. Indeed, our enemies gave us a nickname, the Hounds of God. Dominicanis, Dominican, you see?
Very clever.
Now this painting, the Benedictio, is without doubt heretical.
Whoa, hold on. How can a painting be heretical?
Because it is filled with Gnostic imagery. And Gnostics are heretics.
What kind of imagery?
Evil imagery. The Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail. Images of false saints, heretical saints.
So you think the painting itself is evil?
It trails murder in its wake, Mr. Stobart.
And murder is police work, monsieur. Silence, please, both of you.
The Ouroboros. What exactly is it?
It is a Gnostic symbol. It marks something that is hidden. There are trees illustrated within the Ouroboros. They symbolize knowledge. So the Ouroboros alludes to hidden knowledge. The painting must be destroyed to stop this knowledge being revealed.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is the first set of results completed. Only 36 more to do. Please remain in position while we reset the machine. You may relax and talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I also love the way they have written him. He's a total ass.
Who are these false saints?
Gnostic saints, not beatified by the Church. They question orthodoxy, lure the unwary down dark paths of forbidden knowledge, and condemn innocent souls to the fires of damnation.
You mean like a Black Sabbath album?
Vade retro satana.
What's the matter?
It is worse than I thought.
What is it? It's just a sketch.
Not just a sketch. The painting.
I wondered if it was something I'd said.
I have to get out of here. Now.
Father Simeon, I forbid you to leave. This is an official investigation.
Don't you understand? A great evil is upon us. The painting is evil. The heretical Gnostics in league with the devil himself.
The devil?
Don't you understand? The Tabula Veritatis, the tablet of truth. It is real.
Well, well, someone is upset. Pressing your witnesses a little too hard, Inspector Nave?
And you are? This is official police business?
Richard Langham, Interpol, serious art theft. We spoke on the phone, Inspector?
Ah, yes, sir. You didn't say you would be attending my crime scene.
What exactly is this machine, Inspector?
A little invention of mine, Monsieur Langham. It will compute whose blood this is on the floor, and...
Not to worry, Inspector. Perhaps you could move aside? I'm intrigued to see what you're up to.
Ah, of course. It is rather groundbreaking.
Pizza box. It looks like your suspect was a Hawaiian, Inspector.
A Hawaiian? Mon Dieu.
I love this
Get onto
moment.
the Hawaiian embassy straight away. There is a surf killer on the loose. Alert the airports and the surf shops.
Sorry, Inspector. I mean, Hawaiian pizza. Your blood stain is a pizza sauce.
Pizza? Moo! You fool! Forget the surf shops. Get onto the Italian embassy. This has mafia written all over it.
Nah, Inspector, if you don't mind, I'd like to speak to your witnesses. And in the meantime, perhaps you should try and get your priest back. Madame Collard, Mr. Stobart, I assume. Can I buy you chaps a coffee?
Langham sounded a little more on the ball. Maybe he'd bring a dose of common sense to the case.
So, Inspector Nave brought me up to speed and told me about you guys.
I can guess what he said. But what's your interest in the robbery?
I've been tracking a gang of art thieves for some time, and this looked like a good lead. But Nave is worse than useless. I was hoping you might be able to help.
We're flattered.
Just doing our jobs.
We all are, or at least trying to. So, maybe we can help each other. I gather you insured the exhibition.
That's right, and we're liable to lose a packet.
Any leads so far?
Maybe. There's a Russian guy called Madovsky who turns out to be the owner of the painting.
Madovsky?
You know him?
Oligarch, oil, art, aluminium. Ex-KGB. Very nasty. You need to be careful. Madovsky's dangerous. He kills anyone who gets in his way.
For a cop, Langham seemed okay. Trouble with doing deals with cops, there's usually a payback down the line. But I figured that'd be a price worth paying to bring down Madovsky. We found evidence that links Madovsky to the company that installed the security at the gallery.
Interesting.
And one of his men, a guy called Shears, was in Paris on the day of the robbery.
Really?
We also found a letter from someone called Gainan wanting to buy the painting from Madovsky.
Gainan? The name rings a bell? Did you find anything else about him?
No, we were in a hurry.
What about the priest?
Ah, the good Father Simeon. Well, something spooked him, that's for sure.
So I gather.
He kept saying La Maledizio was evil.
Perhaps he's right. It certainly caused evil, hasn't it? I'll take leads from anyone, Mr. Stobart, even a crazy priest. Let's keep in touch. Thank you for your help. Coffee's on me, or rather, on Interpol. Miss Collard, Mr. Stobart.
So, George, what do you think?
Interesting. He seems to be on top of things.
I agree.
You know, Nico, this could start getting dangerous.
You think Langham's right about Mudovsky?
Well, he appears to be on the ball.
I thought he was cute.
He was English, Nico. They're all cute to you.
Hidden depths, too.
Oh, yeah? What about my hidden depths?
You showed me those long ago, Georges. Well, I'm off home to write up the story so far. You?
I have to see a woman about a dog. A stuffed dog, that is.
You're talking riddles again, Georges.
I need to pay Bijou another visit. She's not been completely honest with me. Bijou had told me she didn't have anything to do with the business. But Lane said the opposite. One of them was lying. The door was locked.
Yes?
Bijou, it's George again. The air was heavy with incense and alcohol. Reminded me of the old alma mater.
А къде че Гошо мръсника се доведе приятелка на
Please
терасата
help
пак.
me. I am lost.
Само да го изгоня. Гошо мръсникът. О.
There was a smashed record on the floor. There was no record on the turntable.
Нищо се ядосала.
The small stuffed dog had pride of place on the table. Its little face reminded me of Henri. Its coat even matched his hair. Some dogs really do look like their owners.
Добре, нека да говорим с Bijou. Тя си пива тук. Кеф има тук. Всеки е оставил бутилки. В Англия уискита, тук французите вина и шампанско.
The joss sticks had finally burned down, but the air was still thick with incense.
Oh, help me. You must help me.
What's wrong, Bijou?
I can't play our song. I've lost Henri and now our song.
You mean the record? How did it happen?
I stumbled and trod on it by mistake.
What song was it, Bijou?
I'm lost without it. Lost.
The name of the song, Bijou.
Jasmine. It was our song.
I'll see what I can do. Who sang the song?
My darling Henri, of course. He got to #2 in the Swedish charts. I was so proud. Get me another one, Georges. Oh, please tell me you will.
I guess I can try.
Oh, you're a darling.
I felt terrible. I was anything but a darling. All I was really after was the key to the safe. Lane tells me you've got the provenance, that you did all the paperwork for the gallery.
Oh, dear. My head is going round and round and round.
Bijou, I need to know.
All the papers are in the safe. In the gallery office. Stop asking all these questions.
Bijou, where's the key to the safe?
Henri? You're not Henri. I'm keeping the key just like Henri asked.
Could I borrow that key, please?
Oh, I need my tune. Nothing else matters.
I couldn't get any sense out of her in that state. I had to find a way to get the safe key.
Please help me.
Този пъзъл има много интересно решение. И се признавам, че първоначално не ми беше чак толкова лесно да го реша, но сега просто го помня.
I arrived back at the shopping arcade.
Да, ще говорим с нашия човек. Аляхаден.
Hey, Bassam, how's business?
Good to see you, George. Gotta say, the new branding's hitting the demographic right between the eyes.
Sold anything?
This is a soft market, George. Look to the margins. Look to the margins.
What's your latest bargain?
Bargain? I prefer the word incentivizer, George. Look at the store. Something for everyone, and everything for someone.
Thank you. I had a closer look at Bassam's stock.
Check it out, George. I've had quite a stock update, and I've got to say the metrics on some of this stuff is startling.
They looked interesting. A stack of those cards that play music when you open them.
George, what can I do for you?
Does one of your cards play the song Jasmine?
Sounds familiar. Let me check the database. I think that's by the Hairy Lobsters.
Bassam certainly knew his stock.
Aha! Here it is.
How much?
It's yours, if you mention my shop to 3 other people.
Done. Thanks.
Thank you.
Beep.
Bijou, it's George again. How about this card? It plays the tune.
How song! Oh, how wonderful! Dance with me, Henri.
Henri looked very... Stealing a flower from a corpse. How low had I sunk? There was no... I found myself at Bijou's well-equipped dressing table. I grabbed a strip. Prepare for wax. Lots of cotton buds, always handy for oiling machinery. A picture of Henri had pride of place.
Там е ясно, че трябва да се направим на Хенри.
I daubed some rouge on my cheeks. I decided to clean my face and start again. I didn't want it on my eyes, but perhaps a slight dusting. My hair was now the same color as Henri's. Time to bring Henri back to life. Henri had more facial hair than me. I needed a brown goatee.
Как да си направим брада? Ей, сега ще ви покажа.
I cleaned my face before getting up.
В доста филми я правят от пюпс. За съжаление, ние нямаме такава възможност, така че ще трябва от Stuffed Dog.
Sorry, little fella. I'll see you in Rio.
Да, ще се направим на Хенри.
Getting there, but I needed a little more. Henri had more facial. I needed... With my mouth firmly closed, I added the wax strip to my upper lip. Instant goatee. It was working, but I needed something else. It was hard to see the color of Henri's eyes behind the glasses. I needed a better idea. I added Henri's glasses. I looked more and more like a gallery owner. Looking good, but not quite there yet. I needed to flower power my outfit. Bijou used a pungent flowery scent. I didn't want it on me. I wondered if red was my color. Too bright. I needed a more subtle color. My hair was already... I was already red-lipped. Hairbrush. I once painted my toenails with my mother's varnish. Still not sure why that made her cry so much. My neck. I looked nothing like... It was working, but I needed something else. Henri had more faith. I needed a... Instant goatee. Getting there, but I needed a little more. It was hard to see the color of Henri's eyes behind the glasses. I added Henri's glasses. I looked more and more like a gallery owner. Look. I needed to flower power my outfit. That wouldn't work. Henri and I had a similar build, but how could I disguise my classic Stobart good looks? For starters, I needed to flower power my outfit.
Ние имаме flower power. Ето го.
I added Henri's flower to my buttonhole. The jasmine definitely gave me that.
За секунда го прочетах като butthole.
Getting there, but I needed a little more. I had the outfit exactly, but I needed something extra to ensnare the senses.
Ensnare the senses.
I added Henri's Brett to my disguise. Made my eyes water. There. As I looked into the mirror, I saw Henri looking back at me.
Henri, There you are, you naughty boy.
Naughty boy.
Dance with me, my little roll mop. I've missed you.
With pleasure, Cherie.
Oh, Henri, isn't this wonderful? Just like old times.
Не успя, доста як.
Bijou, darling, I need to say...
Само да не страйкнат.
Of course. Didn't I promise? Didn't I, sweetie?
Better let her sleep. I had the key.
Добре, излъгахме
And
жената.
besides, I wanted to get my hands on that letter of provenance. I was surprised to see Father Simeon at the cafe.
George, a moment, if you please.
Is everything all right, Father?
No, my son, not at all. Great evil is upon us.
Evil.
That sketch you showed me in the gallery, the study from La Maledictio, it showed an image hidden inside the Ouroboros, a dangerous image.
Dangerous?
The symbol represents a heresy, an object that the Gnostics call the Tabula Veritatis.
The Tablet of Truth?
It is a tablet of lies, a tool of Lucifer.
Tell me more about this Tabula Veritatis.
It is an artifact capable of undoing the whole of creation. It was smuggled out of the Holy Land millennia ago and brought to Europe by the Cathars, an evil Gnostic cult. In 1209, the Church launched a glorious crusade in the Cathar heartlands of southern France. We wiped out almost all the Cathars, and with them, the evil that is Gnosticism. My order, the Dominicans, were formed at that time to seek out and eradicate any remaining Gnostics. But we failed in our primary objective. We did not find the Tabula Veritatis. We presumed it lost, but the painting suggests it is still in Gnostic hands.
How is La Maledictio connected to all this?
I believe it contains clues that point to the location of the tablet. Clues constructed for a Gnostic to solve. If someone were to decrypt the painting and find the Tabula Veritatis, who knows what evil would be unleashed upon the world.
So, you're suggesting that this image of the Tabula Veritatis is hidden in the Ouroboros on the painting?
It is obvious now. The Ouroboros is a symbol of the Gnostics, and the tree it contained symbolized knowledge, hidden Gnostic knowledge.
Were the Cathars all killed?
All that came forward to fight, but like a weed, their roots were deep. We did not fully destroy their evil.
I still don't get why the Gnostics are so evil.
They see God as simply the creator of the physical world, and revere Lucifer as the lord of the spiritual realm.
Wow. What's so terrible about this tablet? What does it do?
Like Lucifer himself, the Gnostics could be anywhere. We must talk somewhere more private.
Thank you, Father. That
was some story.
Be careful. Guard this knowledge. There are those who would do anything to find the tabula.
Please excuse me, I have to get back to the gallery.
I will remain here and follow you when no one is looking. I have more I must tell you.
I had to get into the gallery and find the provenance, but I was really looking forward to hearing what else Father Simeon had to tell me.
Добре. Нека да сейвнем. 38%.
Simeon wasn't going to talk to me while the waiter was there.
Той мръсника слуша. Не може да отида да му кажа махни се, бе, мръснико. Явиш горе прането ти. Да ни изсъхне дома.
How has business been since the robbery?
You and the other witnesses are the only ones that have been here.
The door was locked. The keys to the gallery and, with luck, the safe. It was the tomato sauce from the killer's pizza. I could have stared at the bust all day, but I had to find the provenance. Time to look in the safe. I opened the compartment again. A note was attached to the front of a document wallet. It read, "Cherie, this should do the trick. Your darling Wilfie." Now, why would Hobbs be sending romantic little notes to Bijou? That had to be the elusive provenance. It clearly stated that Medovsky was the owner, but I'd learned never to take things at face value. I had to take a closer look at this. At first glance, the provenance looked authentic, but something wasn't right. The sketch was drawn on similar paper to the provenance. The coffee cup stains matched exactly, as did the tear. The provenance must have been created by Hobbs. It was a fake, which meant Medovsky wasn't the true owner. I had to get out there and find out what happened. The ring had an inscription, "Henri and Bijou forever." Huh. Henri had bought Bijou a big diamond ring. I had a feeling the ring would be useful.
Simeon said that symbol on the face represented something called the tabula veritatis. So Hobbes had found a hidden image in La Maledictio, an image that Simeon had clearly found disturbing. This had to be about more than just insurance fraud.
Банда отива много бързо, едно кафенце да пусна и продължаваме. Okay.
It was an old piece of paper with a slightly torn edge. The handwritten note read, "Cherie, this should do the trick, your darling Wilfie." Seemed like Hobbes and Bijou were on quite intimate terms.
Мръсници. Мръсници.
The door wouldn't open. Something was blocking it from the other side. The glass was reinforced for sure. I wouldn't be able to smash it, and it wasn't going to open. But there had to be a way of getting through it. The diamond ring was just what I needed to cut through the glass. I'd made a real mess of the window.
Да, факт.
The gallery looked totally empty. At first glance, I couldn't see the cause of the disturbance. Father?
Those sticks. You must stop them.
Who did this, Simeon?
Don't let them. The tablet. They are going to raise the devil. Lucifer himself.
Those were his last words. First Henri, now Simeon. Who was behind this? And what was Simeon trying to tell me? Simeon had been carrying a scan of an old manuscript with a covering note. Both were written in Latin. Fortunately, I hadn't forgot the Latin I'd learned at school. The note read, "The tabula veritatis only appears in one file. The Inquisition into Heretical Depravity by Nicholas Emmerich, A.D. 1376. Scan attached." The note was signed by the Vice Prefect of the Vatican Archives. Simeon must have done some digging after he recognized the symbol on Hobbes's sketch. It was a photocopy of an old Latin text. Although a bit rusty, my Latin was still up to the job. It read, "And thus spoke the accused. In this ritual we find succor. Clad in blue, the perfecti take the form of the spiritual and look towards the rising sun, toward the tree of knowledge. Clad in green, the credentes look the other way, towards the setting sun, where stands the tree of life. And all shall know that the light of knowledge is blue, and that the light of life is green. For thus was the light of Eden, both blue and green, intertwined with the light of man to become pure. Pure light, white light, pure light will win. So it was written in the old texts, affirmed by the tabula veritatis. And these were the accused's last words. It was powerful stuff. I wondered how it connected to La Maledictio. The illustration showed a group of colored figures engaged in some sort of ritual. The blue and green figures appeared to be in control. The crowd in the foreground were colored red. I guessed it was a representation of the ritual in the text. The first passage read, "And thus spoke the accused. In this ritual we find succor. Clad in blue and looked clad in green." I wondered what it. The second passage, "And all shall know that the light of knowledge is blue, and that the light of life is green. For thus was the light of Eden, both blue and green, intertwined with the light of man to become pure." Knowledge is blue and life is green. Well, that was good to know. I wondered what color was the light of man. The third passage read, "Pure light, white light, pure light will win." So it was written in the old texts, affirmed by the tabula veritatis. And these were the accused's last words. Interesting. There was more about light, and somehow the tabula veritatis had a connection. Simeon would have known what it all meant, but unfortunately, Simeon was dead.
Мисля, че тук всичко...
My God,
прочетохме.
what have you done?
Ах, виж го мръсника, бе!
I know this looks like...
Иска само да пипа каките.
Like you've been caught red-handed.
Excuse me.
Josh, something terrible has happened at the apartment.
Nico, hang on. Lane, it's not what it looks like.
Murdering a priest, Stobart? Is there no end to your depravity?
It's a simple misunderstanding. Look, I need to go. I'll be at Nico's apartment.
Nico!
In here. Oh, hi, George.
I thought you were being attacked.
When I arrived, there was someone here. He rushed me, knocked me down.
Did you get a look at him?
No, it happened so quick, and then he was gone.
What a mess. This blood. Where's Marquez?
I don't know. He must be badly hurt. Or dead.
Not another killing.
What do you mean?
I just came from the gallery. Father Simeon's been shot.
My God! Who did it?
I don't know, but before he died, he begged me to stop the Gnostics from raising the devil.
The devil? Whoever's doing the killing, Georges. It's certainly not him.
Okay, but who? Simeon and Marquez were both attacked at the same time. Just what are we up against?
I don't know. But whoever came here was looking for something. The place has been ransacked. I'm going to clean up. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, I'll take a look around.
Mega drama.
There was still quite a bloodstain. I really hoped that Marquez was all right. There'd clearly been a struggle. Marquez must have put up quite a fight. I spotted something in the mess. It was Marquez's family photo. Marquez wouldn't have intentionally left the photo behind. Marquez wouldn't have intentionally left the... The young Marquez had no idea of the fate that was soon to befall his family. It was Marquez's mother. Marquez's father cut quite a dashing figure. The statues were quite striking. It was definitely La Ma... The statues were quite... Signs of a struggle. Signs of a struggle. The chair had been knocked over in the fight, but there was something glinting underneath. It was Marquez's medallion. It was Marquez's medallion. Simeon's notes were related to the Tabula Veritatis, but their connection with whatever it was, I suspected it was what got him killed. Ah, Brett. Nico's neighbor had quite an impressive coin collection. Medium-sized pug with wings. Very odd. I wondered how one man could have so many pugs. It was a large statue of a pug. Mini pug on a shelf. Bookend pug, book pug. Pug in love. Pug cushion. Not so Heidi Boo pug. Heidi Boo pug. Pug on canvas, surprisingly cool. Tiny flying pug. Weird. Large flying pug. Very strange. I'd found all the little fellas. Or had I? Yes, I had. I definitely found them all. Signs of a struggle. Signs of a struggle. The sofa was a real mess, but there was something between the cushions. It was one of the photographs that Nico had taken during the robbery. It showed a section of La Malediccio. Marquez had written on it. Marquez had circled one of the figures in the tower and identified her as Magdalena. That had to mean Mary Magdalene. Marquez had circled one of the figures and written Judas. I wondered if he was identifying him as Judas Iscariot. Back in Bible class, Judas was definitely one of the bad guys. Marquez had scribbled the word sons across the photograph. I wonder what he meant.
Hey, Josh, you find anything?
Marquez's medallion. And one of your photos of the robbery. Marquez scribbled all over it. I think he was trying to work something out in the painting. Simeon must have been right. The painting is some kind of map.
We should... Hold on, my phone. Hello? Oui?
This is Inspector Navet. I am looking for the American, Monsieur Stobart. Are you with him?
Yes, he's right here.
Mon Dieu! Stay calm, madame. Where exactly are you?
In my neighbor's apartment. But why do you...
Do not worry. I am just moments away. Be very careful. He is armed and highly dangerous.
But he seems so charming.
Trust me, madame. The leopard never changes his straps.
That was Nave. You're in big trouble.
Lane saw me with Simeon's body. He set me up for sure.
Well, Nave's on his way, and he'll be here any moment.
We have to go, Nico, now.
Down the back stairs. We'll go through Fleur's shop.
Ah, there you are. Right on time.
Sorry, Fleur, but we can't stop.
Suit yourself.
Damn it. Sergeant Moo is outside the door. He's talking to someone.
Oh no, it's Adam.
Who?
My neighbor.
Ah, the pug lover with the trashed apartment.
That's the one.
Hey, Fleur. Great to see you again. You were expecting us?
30 more seconds and you would have been caught. Charged with the murder of a priest.
Whoa. How do you know about that?
News travels fast through the ether, Georges. Take this.
What do I do with a ball of yarn? Bribe Moo with a nice Aran sweater?
You will find the way. Now, excuse me. I think it's time you planned your escape.
Oh, hi, Adam.
Hi, Nico. They say I can't go up to my apartment.
Oh, really? I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why too. Yeah, I'm George, by the way.
Adam, I live in the apartment next to Nico.
I know. I mean, how interesting.
Fleur, can I sit here for a while until the police let me back in?
By all means.
So what now?
You take a look around. I'll see if there's a way to get past Moo.
Добре, кълбенце с вълна. Не ги е хубаво.
Fleur had given me a ball of
Да имаш
string.
малко кълбенце с вълна. Мога ли да го дам на Николетка? Беше
What do you think of this,
кълбенце.
Nico?
Not much, George.
There were boxes stacked along the wall. They were all labeled. Florist's foam, flower food, ribbon, pee-pee,
Пипи.
bouquet labels. Pee-pee? My
Pee-pee?
curiosity was aroused. It was a plastic statue. Nico? We're trapped. No way forward, no way back.
Luckily, Inspector Nave is no Sherlock Holmes.
But Sergeant Moo is a problem.
At the gallery, I just plied him with coffee. His bladder problem did the rest.
Ah, that reminds me of my late husband. Pipi Pierre, they called him.
I don't suppose you have a coffee machine, Fleur?
I'm afraid not. I don't even have a kettle.
Let's keep looking. There's always a way.
Fleur's classics were blaring out into the street. Sorry to bust in on you like this, Fleur.
Don't worry, George. I knew you were coming.
You did? So what else do you know?
There's a 36% chance of rain.
Fleur, can you help me distract that police officer at the front door?
Don't you want to play the game yourself?
Game? What game?
Oh, I thought you knew. Never mind.
Do you know Adam?
A little. I see great distress in his near future.
Funny, so do I. Tell me more about your late husband.
Pierre, I used to call him my little pea.
Because he was so tiny?
No, because of his water problem. If he went anywhere near a fountain, whoosh,
Whoosh?
he was off to the nearest pissoir. Pipi Pierre, his friends called him.
Nice friends. You've known Nico a while. What flowers does she like?
Yellow. No, wait. Yes. Yellow, definitely.
Why do I need the yarn, Fleur?
What do you want? The long story or the short story?
Short.
Because you do.
What can you tell me about this photograph?
An old man scribbled a word on it.
I knew it. Is he alive?
This I do not know. Sorry.
What do you think of this medallion, Fleur?
I think one day you will be glad you have it in your pocket, George.
This family photo, what do you know about it?
Most of the people in it are dead now.
These papers, are they relevant?
Only you can.
Would you like...
That's flattering, George.
Do these sketches mean anything to you?
Take them away, George. They have the taint of death on them.
Are you serious?
I mean it. Take them away. ahead, George. Take a few.
Thanks.
Careful with that. He's just come in. Special order.
What is it?
A replica mannequin piece. Fill it with water, pop in some batteries, and watch it go tinkle.
Very tasteful. A cheap plastic imitation of the mannequin piece from Brussels. It took AA batteries and had a water reservoir. Hey, Nico, check this little dude out.
Classy, George. Real classy.
What do you think of this, Nico?
I think you have an insatiable habit.
Hey, Nico, take a look at this.
Oh, George. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I was pretty knocked out, too.
I just wasn't expecting.
Me neither. Some rock, huh?
It's incredible.
Just what I needed to escape from the gallery office.
Escape?
Yeah, made a terrific glass cutter.
Glass cutter. Oh, I see.
Sure was a lucky find.
Lucky. Oh, yes, George. Very lucky.
There were times I just didn't understand, Nico. It was almost as if she was mad at me.
Lol.
I got you some beautiful tulips.
That's sweet, George. But I'm not a big fan of yellow flowers.
Oh, but Fleur said...
Fleur doesn't know everything.
Oh, typical. What do you think of this, Nico?
I think you have an insatiable...
Marquez left...
He wouldn't have parted with that by choice.
That's what I thought. He must be in trouble. Take a look at this sketch from...
The face looks strange.
Sorry to bust in on you like this, Fleur.
Don't worry, George.
You did?
There's a...
What's this?
Do you not know?
Well, it looks like a cherub, and he appears to be having a pea.
See? You do know what it is. It'll pee for France, if you fill it with water, of course.
Can I borrow it for a bit?
Yes, but please, don't break it, George.
Sorry to bust in.
Don't...
You did?
There's...
Can you tell me?
I could, but then...
And?
I can't give away all...
Adam was listening to an old-school portable CD player. Adam was listening to a... It was Adam, Nico's neighbor. Depending on your point of view, it was either shabby chic or an old sack trolley. Hey there, Adam.
Oh, hey, George. What can I do for you?
Do you know what's going on with the police?
No, they wouldn't tell me.
Good. I mean, strange.
It's annoying. I'm really tired. It was a long drive.
Oh, been anywhere interesting?
I've just come back from a coin fair. It was mega.
Well, that's fascinating.
So, tell me more about this coin fair.
It's Europe's biggest. So much to see.
I bet. Do you know Nico well?
No, not really.
Good. I mean, good for you. What are you listening to?
My meditation music. Crashing waves and trickling forest streams.
So, what do you think of this coin?
Oh my God, that's a platinum 12 ruble.
It is? I mean, yeah, of course it is. You know, it's going to be a rough day, Adam. Why don't you keep the coin?
Are you serious? I'll get my pal Stefan to value it. His coin shop's just around the corner.
Hey, maybe you could use the money to redecorate your apartment.
But it doesn't need redecorating.
That's a matter of opinion. I stopped the disc. Ocean Dreamscapes. Just what I needed with the day I was having.
Някой помни ли дискмените? Аз имах. Имах и такава касетка, която мога да я сложа в касетофона на колата и да слушам дискмена. Свързвам с касетката, слагам в касетофона и... Да, голяма работа беше.
Those might come in handy.
О, окей. Батерийки. Добре.
I slotted the battery into the mannequin. A jaunty series of LEDs lit up around the figure. The statue now had power, but no water.
No water. Окей, достатъчно. Сега ще направим
A CD of Ocean Dreamscape, the relaxing sound of the seashore. Cosmic, man.
Cosmic.
Flirt, do you mind if I change the music?
Good idea.
The sound of lapping waves was affecting Moo, but I was going to need something more to open the floodgates.
Работата е там, че трябва да го накараме да пикае му, защото той има същия проблем. Като мъже и на тази. Само като чуе вода течаща и му се припикава. Съответно, заради това сега пуснахме диска, защото има рекички. Обаче не е достатъчно. И затова не трябва манекена. Защото трябва да го излъжим. И как? Вода тук няма. Което е най-интересно, защото сме в магазин за цветя. И първоначално си бях помислил, че ето и тук играта има някакъв бък. Съм го рестартирал сърно 5 пъти, за да взема водата от тук. Така. Обаче то е 20 пъти по-лесно.
I poured the whiskey into the mannequin. Slancha, wee man. Slancha. The statue was now fully prepped. I just needed a place to put it.
Так. Не може. Честно е, тук очаквах някакъв хинт да каже, не е точно върху него. Нещо се там да каже.
I placed the statue in the trolley and switched on the waterworks. The mannequin cheerfully sprayed a stream of golden whiskey.
Nice. Golden whiskey. Golden Shower.
I gave the trolley a push. Fleur certainly kept her bearings well greased.
Ето, допика му се.
Okay, that's Moo out of the way. Let's go, Nico.
Okay.
Where?
To see Bijou. She's been telling me a crock of lies since day one, and right now, I want the truth.
So you're telling me that Bijou and Hobbs were having an affair?
Yeah, so, she's got some explaining to do.
Така. Това беше много забавен пъзел и въпреки че е лесен и доста логичен, аз преди време доста се помъчих с него, защото бях убеден, че трябва да взема оттам водата от оная праскалка, има някакъв бък и не ми позволява да го цъкна и така нататък и така нататък. Но така де, това е от мене за днеска. Нека да направим един сейв. Ето тук така. Най-вероятно на около 43-44%, така че до може би ден-два ще завършим играта. Окей. Спираме записа.